Howdy, everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all are ready for some racing. Put that in quotations, air quotes, because newsflash, we're not racing tonight. We're doing something a little bit different due to the phenomenal nature of Codemasters. They're just great at their job. We won't be able to give you a proper race. It'll be full qualifying instead. We're going to do it Belgium style, Spa style. And, that's just the best product you can put out at this current moment. Just because, the people that make this virtual Formula One world they're just phenomenal at their job. But, we're down under this week for this qualifying in Australia for Division 2 of the Zoom Racing League. Still, currently, future, whatever, every single time, best league in the world. Most exciting electric drivers you can imagine. And this is the final race once again. So we're going to look at the constructors real fast. We got Alpine at the top, Ferrari, Red Bull, AlphaTauri, Mercedes down pretty far. But if we look at the drivers, what is there, Buffalo?
Yo, OG, what's going on, man? Yeah, a little bit disappointing, right? No race today, but nevertheless, we will have a battle here in the driver's standings. Currently, top two, Sid, followed by Johannes Ludwig, 20 points behind. So don't worry, we did the math for you. If Sid qualifies 7th, then he clinches the Drivers' Championship. Of course, that's if Ludwig gets pole, right? So we'll be watching that very closely here. Full quali, though, right? So Q3, Q2, and Q1, right? We'll be eliminating 5 drivers at a time. And I hope there's a lot of suspense here. Garrett Elder, Ethan Patel, and Sleek building up the midfield. They're separated by about 26 points between them, followed by Mr. Sandunga, Alex, Shaggy Muffin, Big Mama Frank, and Spanini in the top 10. So, look, OG, there are a lot of little battles here that we can kind of keep an eye on, right? We've watched Alex climb the ranks throughout the entire season, right? I'm curious to see if he can maybe make a push against Mr. Sandunga. I'm curious to see if Sleek, who's been on a tear, can kind of come up from the upper midfield as well and maybe even push Ethan Patel out of that P4 spot. But, of course, all eyes here are really on Sid and Johannes.
Yeah, Sid and Johannes, that's the storyline coming into this weekend, absolutely. And with Sid, he hasn't been the greatest qualifier in his history. He's definitely capable of putting in those crazy laps, but traditionally, that hasn't necessarily been his strong suit. And so when that's your only opportunity, he's a racer, I think, more than a qualifier. And when you don't get the opportunity to race and the championship is on the line, it definitely gets a little spicy, especially when your opponent is Johannes, Mr. Saturday, Mr. Pole Position for the most part. And so it's good. I'm super excited to see how it turns out, despite all the circumstances around this. And speaking of Sid, he is going to be the first person to set a hot lap in that Ferrari, so we're going to see kind of how he stands. It looks like Garrett Elder's struggling to stick in the session right now. This chicane right here is super hard. Sid looked like he nailed it, definitely nailed it compared to me or you, that's for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I was talking to Sid a little bit before the race, and he's incredibly focused right now, I can tell you that. He's in a really good state of mind for the race. And I think he's really trying hard to, because you're right, man. Qualifying hasn't been Sid's strong suit. He's been a racer, right? He kind of scores all his points on the track, and we'll see what kind of lap he pulls up here. It's a 1:22.1. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, compared to what we were seeing in D3, right? I think the fastest was what, a 1:22.3 or 1:23 something maybe. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Buzz got it in the polls. Buzz and Freddie Rizal, the youngest race winner in Zoom Racing League history, potentially youngest race winner or race winner in any league. But we have two really important things that just happened. Spanini and Brian Hackman are out. Spanini that AlphaTauri is fighting. They were, I think, 2 points behind the Mercedes. And they really needed Spanini and Cole to come up super clutch today in this qualifying session to get past those Mercedes. And their biggest hitter, Spanini, out of the session in the first 3 minutes.
That's tough, man. That's heartbreaking on this, last kind of half race thing to kind of go out like that. And Brian Hackman, look, he's sitting 1 point ahead of Josh Barnsley. And so now Josh may be able to kind of take that and beat his Alfa Romeo teammate. You know, they're sitting at 11 and 12 in the constructors, but it's always good when you can kind of beat the guy in the seat next to you, right? Bummer for Brian. I wonder if they get in the waiting room too. We'll bring them in for interviews early. If you're good with that, OG.
Oh,
But yeah, tough way to go
absolutely.
out.
Absolutely. Johannes said a 124.8 on his first lap on medium, so definitely feeling things out on those mediums. Super slow, even by medium standards. I believe he's on another lap right now, but his deploy is used, so curious to see what the play is. But Sid still P1 in this Q1 session by about a tenth over Thermo. Thermo, I mean, he's shown he's pretty quick, but also shown he's not the cleanest driver Zoom Racing League has to offer either. And so, you know, he's definitely trying to clear his name, and it's hard to do that in qualifying. So he's gonna have to wait till next season.
Trying to get these guys lined up, and maybe we can ask him a little bit about their season so far. Yeah, Sid still. OG, we used to joke around about this in previous week's races too. As Sid would always kind of go out late, right? He'd bang out like a P3 lap and then go back in. But he came out early, man. I think it just shows how committed he is to trying to do this. And
Yeah.
has Johannes set a time yet? Or
Yeah,
no?
he said a 24, pretty bad time, 24.8 in the mediums. So he's probably gonna change to the softs, I would assume. You know, how crazy
Brian.
would that be if he didn't make it
Yeah.
in Q2? That'd be. It won't happen. It won't happen. Trust me, everyone watching at home, it won't happen. But if it did, and
Hey,
Sid
OG.
goes again.
Sorry, yeah, Sid went again. Wow, a 121.6. Wow. Okay, let me
play.
bring in Brian here, who just had some terrible luck here. Brian, how's it going, man? You're on. What happened, man? That looked tough.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing. I had set a purple sector 1 on my first push lap. Coming around, I saw Spinini had spun out. Figured that ghosting was on. He looked ghosted. He had broken his car in the middle of the track and was out of the session. And so I took the racing line, and the game sort of glitched. I half ghosted through him, and then it just spun me out as I hit him. Very strange, unfortunate, but it was a fun season. So yeah, looking forward to coming back for the next season. I'll probably be in D3, but yeah, looking to race some new people and very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing you in that D3 spot. It's gonna be. I think it'll be super exciting for everyone involved. But like, speaking more on that D3 slot that you have, is there any particular team you're aiming for? Any goals you have? I know your season just ended right now, and it's hard to look, ahead right now. But just off rip, are there any goals or teams you're kind of looking forward to, or think you get?
Yeah, well, I think for myself, one thing that I've been a fan of is Team Ferrari. I've raced a Ferrari engine my entire time here at ZRL, so I'd like to continue that trend, but really, I'm just going to be happy to race against a new group of fast people and look to have a more consistent season. I started off really strong in D2, but kind of faded near the end of the season, which is a little bit unfortunate. But very much looking forward to racing some new people and maybe taking a win next season.
There you go.
That's the goal.
I mean, definitely have the potential. I'm super sorry for the season finish at that. But I'm excited to be racing against you next season, and I hope you have a great 2 weeks off.
Very much looking forward to it. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Thanks, Brian. Take care, man. All right. Tough way to go out for Brian. Let's bring in Spoonini too and kind of get his take on the incident. Spoonini, how you doing, man? Tough luck there. Looked like a spin. What happened from your perspective?
Basically, yeah, I was going through the chicane, that everyone knows probably, and I invalidated on the chicane, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna start slowing down. But I think my rear tire dipped onto like the curb a bit, and I spun. But it was a pretty slow spin, so I was not expecting to like lose anything more than a front wing.
Yeah.
But I guess my tire made contact with the wall first, and it just popped off.
Oh, that's the worst, right? You think you just brush it, and it's just at the right time, and
yeah. Honestly, if maybe I turned it a little bit more square with the wall, I probably would have been fine. But yeah, it's just kind of sucks because I felt like I definitely could have made it to Q3. But it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, that's just that sucks. But and I said the same thing to Brian. You know, I know your season just ended, but you know, you already gotta have goals for the next one, right? You gotta have a team in mind. Now, Sanjay, I want you to call your shot. Call it with your chest. None of this dancing around it. What team are you going to, and what are your goals for next season?
Well, at least a tier 1 pick. Let's just say that.
All right, I'll accept that. I'll accept
Yeah,
that.
because there's a lot of like strong drivers for at least these team principals to pick from. Like, is Sid and Johannes. I mean, those two are going to be 1 and 2 pick. If they're not 1 and 2 pick, I feel like they're making a big call. But then after that, then I don't know. There's just a lot of quick drivers, so it's going to be difficult. But hopefully, I'm a tier 1 pick. Goals wise, I mean, just get as many points as possible. I don't know what team I'll be in, so depending on that, depends on constructors, or I don't think drivers will be that easy, like especially against like Johannes and Sid. So if I can get like top 4, top 5 in drivers, I'll be pretty happy with that. But yeah, I mean, just trying to stay consistent and then get as many points as possible. Like, yeah, I'm really bummed out that I like, it's something else when you're not fast enough, and then it's something else where you spin out and you crash the wall because you made a mistake, especially after like all the practice that is done. So yeah.
Well, nice job, man. Look, I think you had a really great year. You kind of came in kind of late to the party and really, you took a lot of points, man. You kind of took D2 by storm and you were immediately competitive. So, really looking forward to what you can do next season.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see what happens then.
Thanks, Benini. See you, man.
Yep. See you.
All right, so while that was going on, we didn't have any more DNFs, but we had a Mercedes get into the 21s as well. Big Mama Frank, who is at the bottom of the D2 sorting table, which I think is just insane. But Big Mama Frank in P2 with a 129.9, 3/10 off of Sid. Johannes still hasn't put in, and he's not even a top 5 lap yet. He's 122.8. But I mean, so many different guys coming to play right now is Barney Goatmere. He was on a decent lap and then messed up there a little bit at the chicane. But I mean, things are looking pretty spicy right now with 5 minutes left to go, and it's just Q1, but still.
Yeah, they are looking spicy. I know I'm on with Johannes now, and it looks like I can't really tell if he's pushing or his ERS is just kind of glitching out a little bit, but his fuel light is not blinking. So I wonder if he fueled for a couple laps here. Maybe he's doing a cool down, and maybe he's going to go for another heater, because you're right, OG. I think he's got a little bit more than a 122.8 in him. But at the same time, man, this is just Q1, right? You got 2 guys who have retired already. He's got to essentially beat 2 people to get into Q2, right? So if you're in the top 6 like Johannes is, do you keep going out?
I feel it depends. We don't know what his schedule was like coming in here. We don't know if he got the most amount of practice compared to previous weeks. There's so many different variables at play. So if he, as Shaggy Muffin goes 6th fastest, if he needs a couple extra laps to get a feel for it before in Q3 where he can really push, then yeah, I say, scrub these tires now and, get a feel for it. That way you can really do the best you can. Now, obviously, Sid's going to have to slip up pretty drastically if he's going to fall outside the top 7, but, I mean, Johannes has to do what he has to do.
Yeah, I think Sid's are good, and we see a lot of people kind of sitting in the garage now that are probably, waiting, as it looks like someone might be around in Sector 3. Oh, wait, no, maybe they were going into the pit, Noji. Sorry about that. Or no, is that Connor that may have retired?
It was.
He blacked out?
It was Connor. And we should have known, truthfully, whenever Snoop Francis isn't here, give it about 5-10 minutes, Connor will be out. Same is true inversely as well. If Connor's not here, give it 5-10 minutes, Snoop Francis will be out. I don't know how, if it's just fate that way, they're tied together. But that's just what happens. When one is not there, the other tends to die.
Yeah, it's been a season to forget for the Williams guys. A lot of the times they weren't able to show up. A lot of times they were just causing chaos. I remember poor Stoop in
Oh
Monaco, man,
God.
on that. Those Williams guys were having a tough time. So I'm looking forward to seeing who the next team principal is for Williams and to seeing how they can um, try to strategize and find guys that half the battle too is showing up, right?
Hmm.
And you can certainly get midway in the point standings just by showing up. Um, that'll be a challenge for those guys season.
Absolutely. And so there's a couple things I want to say. Number one, if you don't know the incident Buffalo's talking about in Monaco, just go to the Monaco Division 2 stream. It's right at the start of Q1 and I haven't during the race as well, but mainly Q1. Just go ahead and watch that. Number two, Alex, Mr. Consistent, sitting down there P15. As it stands currently, I believe he will be whacked out, no? Like,
I think he's on the bubble, OG. I think at least the way it worked in D3 was the top 15, despite the retirements, despite the amount of people who entered, top 15 did go through.
okay.
Let's see what he puts it now. It's a
So
123.7.
he's
He's
safe
definitely
for
safe
now.
now. Yeah, so, I'm thinking, I don't know what Joel Guran is doing, replacing or reserving in the Haas. I don't know if he's going to try to go or not. He's still in the garage, but if he's not going, OG, I think everyone that's alive right now, top 15, are going through.
Well, I don't even. He has. I think he's out. I don't know. Maybe. I really don't know what the case is right now. Maybe if it's a D1 driver can't um, race and he just accidentally joined. I really have no idea. But is he coming out of the pits right now? Is that him?
He might be. Hold on, let me. I do see. Okay, it does look like the Haas is coming out of the piss.
That is
Out of the
Joel.
piss. Out of the pits.
Well, it is coming out of the piss too. That car
Sitting in. Yeah.
sucks.
Oh man. I'm on with Josh Barnsley now, he's on an outlap and he's sitting in P15. So I guess you could say he's on the bubble,
Oh
right?
my.
So if
Yeah, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you. How did we not notice Barney Goatmere got into the top 4?
look at those McLarens. Toto Rivas is happy right now. Look at that.
Shout out Barney, man. Wow, what a lap. What a lap.
Yeah, Barney has started to show some incredible pace when he's kind of reserving now. I don't know if he has he has the full-time Aston seat
Yeah, he
in
does now.
D3, right? But he's shown incredible pace here in D2.
I mean, he's just one of those kids, and you could see his progression throughout the season, but he just works. I mean, he works hard. He practices as much, if not more, than anybody. You can see. I mean, he's improving week to week. He's P4. Granted, it's Q1 right now.
Yeah, let's
But
hop on with him, OG. Or sorry, he's P5 now, but it looks like Joel Guran went off in the chicane and he's kind of limping back in, and he did retire from the session. So I'm on with Barney right now, trying to see if we can see a glimpse of the Haas on the sidelines. And oh, there it is. He just disappeared. So I think everyone driving right now is gonna get through.
yeah, so if they're still in control of their car on track, they're keeping it as clean, collected, calm as possible. You don't want to be, a DNF where you damage your car, because I'm pretty sure you're out of the session regardless. You
Yeah,
damage
not sure if that
vehicle.
message has gotten to Josh Barnsley, who looks like he's pushing really hard, and it looks pretty crispy so far. He's coming into Sector 3 right now, through the speed trap, into the slow left-hander. Cut that really nicely, hard to maintain, and he's
Oh,
going to bail, so I guess he was aware.
pushing to the line or the pits, I guess. But
Yeah, interesting.
so we're gonna
Pretty
get
clean that.
Connor and Joel. Well, we don't need a Joel interview. Never mind. A Connor interview. If he
Yeah,
goes
let
to
me
that
let me
waiting room.
tag him and see if we can get him in the waiting room and see what Connor kind of thinks of his season, what his goals are going to be for next year.
But there's your Q1. People that are out: Connor, Joel, Brian Hackman, Spanini, Sid, P1, Mr. Sandunga, and Big Mama Frank, 2, 3, or I should say 3, 2 in that order. Thermo, surprise, top 5 finish from Barney Goatmere. Garrett Elder and Shaggy Muffin, 6 and 8. Sid's teammate, Sleek, he's kind of gone under the radar. He's had some great performances, also a couple duds, but, I mean, he's up into P7. And then the Alpines, 9 and 10 from Ethan and Johannes. Not something you really expect.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think they're worried, OG. I think that they put those times in. They saw they were pretty much safe in the 122s and are chilling. They saved some tire wear, right? They only used one set of softs. They probably even have some more laps on them. I don't think they're worried.
I would agree with that. I don't think they're worried either. Alex, Buzzgod, and Fred, the youngest race winner in Zoom Racing League history, any Racing League history, both qualified on the mediums. And then Cole and Josh Barnsley to round out Q1, headed into Q2. Those are your top 15. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah. Buzzgod and Freddie qualifying on mediums, right? Just to say that they can. They're just showing off. We got Connor in the waiting room now.
So
let's
drag him in. Let's drag him in.
Yeah. Connor, how's it going, man? Kind of a tough end to the season for you. I know you've been through a lot, kind of in that Williams seat. You know, what was your thought of today's session?
Well, it's just gone like how it usually does. Division 2's got way better than it was like in the last 2 seasons, and it's hard to catch up.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like we've got Johan in here, who's like a literal god.
Really
like, what do you do? What do you do against that? He wins. He's just too good.
Yeah. What are
He's a Hodden Keft. That's what you need to say to him. That's Danish.
Yeah. Connor, where are you kind of looking next season? Do you guys have a team kind of in mind? I think you might be slotted at D3 so far on the sorting table.
I would like to go to D3 or D4.
Yeah, we've had an influx of talent, so I'll also be thankful to be in D4 as well, because there's even aliens on in D3, dude. But look, man, team-wise, where are you looking to go? If you could shout out any of the TPs here and ask for consideration, what are you looking to go to?
I would like to be under Revis still. I think Revis is fun to make fun of. He's got a good sense of humor. I like him, so yeah. Or Adam. I like Adam as well. He was my rival when he was in the league.
Yeah,
he's a good dude.
Yeah, I agree. I like making fun of Revis as well. He's got like 13 kids, and I don't know how he has time to race.
He's old.
But hey, he's running 4 race teams right now, and no, he's a great team principal.
Exactly.
Now, Connor, I do have a question regarding you and Snoop Francis. It seems like every time, one of you is not there, or if one of you crashes out, the next one crashes out almost immediately. How does that even? Is it just? Are you linked?
I don't know. I think
happens.
It's just a curse.
It has to be. It has to be.
Yeah. I don't know. Like to that. This spin out that I had just now, I don't even know how it happened. I was going on the straight. I put my foot down and it just went. It was like bye.
We can blame it on Snoop for not showing up then.
Yeah.
That's 100% what we're doing.
100% his fault.
Sounds about right. It's essentially a repeat of Monaco, but this time Connor was the only victim, and that's a shame.
It is a massive shame.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Connor, thanks for coming in, man.
Yep, no worries.
I appreciate it. Dude, hey, see you next season, man.
Yep, see ya.
Take care.
Yeah, I mean, there you had it. You heard it from the man. It's a curse. The Williams seat is cursed, but really it's just, maybe not the Williams seat, their relationship. There's something toxic. I don't know what's going on. Symbiote, who knows?
I know what you're getting at. Dude, that's a great interview, man. It's great to, get someone like Connor in the booth, because typically we don't have an opportunity to interview him.
Mm-hmm.
And just to kind of hear his take on the season and where he wants to go, that was awesome.
It really, that's why I like this, taking the good with the bad, definitely. Getting to talk to people I've never spoken to before, maybe won't get a chance to for a while. It's definitely fun, exciting, get to meet new people.
So I'm definitely watching the Alpines this round, because I feel like they may have been holding something back, right, last, and I'm wondering if they pull out some banger times here. And then I'm looking for Sid as well. I mean, he came out early. He set 1 or 2 good laps and went in. We'll see if it's enough here in Q2.
God, dude, I don't see a world where Sid doesn't win this championship. It has to, something insane has to happen where Sid is outside of the top 7 in Q3. And
Don't say that.
I'm just saying, well, listen, I love Sid, but I do want to see a bit of chaos. I'm trying to speak it into existence. I want to, I don't think he'll be outside the top 7. But if randomly there's 7 other drivers in here that just got faster than him in Q3, I'm not going to be mad at that. How could anyone be mad at that?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. And something to say, too, is, yeah, P7 is kind of where Sid needs to be, but that's if Johannes is P1, right? And we've seen some guys, I mean, Thermo had a banger time in P2 of like a 122.3 or 4 or something, if I remember right. Big Mama Frank and Mr. Sindungo were both up there with some pretty good laps. So, look, man, it's totally possible that Johannes doesn't put in his best lap, finishes a P3, and Sid could lock it up in P8. You don't know.
I mean, that's definitely possible. But I just had a what in the desync moment as I was on board with my teammate, the greatest I've ever seen, BuzzGod, and it said he set the lap, but I was still coming around for that final turn. He hit nowhere near the finish line yet. As Sid goes 122 flat, that definitely should be able to make it enough to get into Q3. Big Mama Frank with a blistering time of 139.3. He might want to go out again, but if he decides to retire, I wouldn't blame him either. Johannes coming to the line. Gonna see where he stands, if he's upped his game a little bit. Coming into Q2. Maybe, I don't know what's going on. I guess he
Was that not a hot lap?
On the thing it said he was hot lap.
It just hit 122.8.
So there you go. Our guys are a little bit slower getting to the board today, and that's just okay. It happens.
Yeah, so folks, this is the desync issues. You're seeing it right in front of you, and we thought, based on where you were, it wouldn't be fair in a race situation, as it looks like Josh Barnsley has retired from the session.
Oh. Rest in
I'm not sure
peace,
where
that Alfa Romeo.
Or how. Not sure. Anyway, yeah, so, with the desync issues, OG, I mean, it just wouldn't be fair to have a race with, I don't want to say high stakes, but look, these guys have been pushing hard to try to win. So for them, it's high stakes, and to leave that up to chance and with questionable connection issues, we didn't want to do that, and this was how we could most accurately assess the skill of these guys going into week 10.
I mean, and it sucks, right? Yeah, you mentioned week 10. This has been, 10 weeks have been dedicated just for this season, and there's 10 weeks last season as well. I mean, these guys put in real time. These people have jobs. They have lives. They do things outside of this. But they have to dedicate time to this, to practicing as well. And so they have to dedicate real time to this. And just from the shortcomings of the game, is there's a man going in backwards. It's an Alpine again. Happened in the Alpine of Marino in Division 3, but it just sucks that the game is letting them down.
Yeah, Johannes having some weird desync issues too. This is tough, because if he can't get out of that OG and he's in P8 right now, I don't know if that's safe.
I mean, Thermo, Alex, Garrett, and Fred have yet to set a lap, so he's definitely
and Thermo
in the
and Garrett
zone.
have shown pace, and Freddie as well.
Freddie, the youngest race winner in Zoom Racing League history.
That's him. Now, I think it was announced, too. We got some big news coming up with Razzle Dazzle, or actually, he prefers to go by Rizal Dazzle. But Freddie Rizal, team principal for Alpine next year in Season 4. Very exciting news.
Yep. A couple of guys becoming team principals, like yourself, Buffalo, newly announced.
Yes, sir.
If you watched the Wake Up with ZRL, the Alfa Romeo team principals of Buffalo, tell us a little bit about that. Why do you like Alfa Romeo? Why do you kind of lean towards that? And what are your goals for next season?
I've kind of been drawn to the team just because, in actual Formula One, I've been drawn to the team. I've been following them I follow Giovinazzi a lot. I like him as a driver. I follow Valerie Bottas too. I really like him in the Alpha seat. And really, my first race in ZRL was in the Alpha seat, and so that really kind of cemented my following for them there. And I'm just happy to continue it. So love the team, love the brand. Really looking forward to hopefully surprising some people from, what's traditionally been a backfield team, and see if we can compete in the midfield and shake some things up.
It's definitely possible. We see, like in Division 3, we see people like Beberto, Barney, Fred, in not necessarily back marker teams, but like, the Aston Martin,
Mm-hmm.
the AlphaTauri teams. You're not really thinking they're going to be competing up there for wins, and I mean, they're doing it. So you pick the right people, you support them, and at Alfa Romeo, you're going to have a hell of a team. So I'm excited to watch it. Excited to compete against you. As we missed, I was trying to I switched to, at the time he was P13. I pressed the button to P13 and he jumped up to P2. So Garrett Elder with a 122.1, 1/10 off of Sid right now, and just barely above Sandunga. Up into P2 in the Red Bull, Shaggy Muffin in P9 in the Red Bull. Oh, look at this field. Everyone's in the 122s. That is crazy.
Everyone in the 122s. Johannes currently in P11. It looked like he did recover from the desync issue, so he was out. I think he's on a heater right now. I think at least my telemetry on my side might be a little bit delayed. I think he's on a heater, and he's going to try here to improve upon his 122.8.
Getting a little bit of a tow from Sleek right there. Of course, we don't know if he's actually getting a tow on his screen or if Sleek's not even there. We have no idea. So once again, take everything with a grain of salt. But as it stands, it looked like he got a little bit of a tow. He might be experiencing a little bit of dirty air as well. But he's outside right now, P11.
Outside looking in, and man, wouldn't that make Sid's day? If Johannes
so easy. It's so
gets
easy.
pushed out in Q2, that would make Sid's day. I'm going to go out on a limb here, though, and say that Johannes is going to pull out a banger lap right now.
It's a shame we won't know until 10:30.
Once it hits.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's rounding out Sector 3 right now. Thermo's time went a 1:21.7. So first one to break the 21s in this particular qualifying group in Q2. 1:21.7. Will Johannes join the man in the 1:21 club?
Be close.
And he does.
He did. He did.
1:21.9.
Wow.
1:29.9.
So if you're Sid though here, it's important not to worry, right?
Oh,
because
not at all.
if this gets duplicated in Q3, you've won the championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Thermo, Johannes, and Sid finish like this in Q3, you've won the championship. And really, I mean, we're looking at, 2/200ths of a second, really, kind of in between these guys. So I wouldn't worry if I was Sid. But how about Thermo's pace, dude? We didn't really get to see that a lot in Coda because there were a couple incidents and he was kind of at the back end. But man, he looks quick today.
Yeah, definitely a little bit faster. With ghosting on, I think a lot of people will have something to say about that. When he can just drive through people, it's not like it changed anything for him. He doesn't have to adjust. And so there he is, P1 right now. And Big Mama Frank, P12, outside looking in as well, coming to the line. Will he make it into the top 10? He does! Right behind Mr. Sandunga. Those guys right there, Mr. Sandunga, Big Mama Frank, neck and neck all year long. It feels like when you say Mr. Sandunga's name, you say Big Mama Frank's name, just right next to each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we got Josh Barnsley in the waiting room, too. Let's see here a little bit about what happened because he got retired. Hey, Josh. How you doing, man? We kind of saw you got retired on the stream. Didn't see it in action. Dude, what happened?
It was a bit much of like oversteer, and then I just tried correcting it, and it snapped, went into the wall. So, yeah, not much I could have done there. I didn't get much practice on the track this week. I was working a lot, had a lot of stuff going on, so I just made my setup like 10 minutes before the race, and that didn't work. So
yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, paid the price for that. That's for sure.
Tough, man. I hear you, yeah. Hey man, but good season from you so far, right? You ousted your teammate Brian Hackman, right? So you beat him there. What are you
Mhm.
kind of looking for in season 4? You have teams that you have a special eye on, or where are you sorted right now? Are you going to be in D3 or D2?
I'm not really too sure how it's gonna end up. Like I think I'm on the bottom of D2 right now, so with that finish there in the qualifying, I might get dropped to D3. I definitely am Ferrari at heart,
Whoa.
so that'd be kind of cool. But I'm not really too sure if I stay in D2, I probably won't get drafted to that team. So got to go for Alpha or something like that. Still Ferrari.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, man. I'll keep an eye out, dude.
Oh
If
yeah. Hey.
you fall to 13, man, we may be having some
Oh
discussions. This
yeah.
sounds good.
Sweet.
All
Yeah,
right, Josh.
I guess Red Bull as well. Actually, they've always been
Ooh,
cool as well. I'm a Red Bull fan, so.
there you go.
Well, I disagree with
Yeah.
that. So on that terrible
Oh,
note,
okay.
Josh.
Oh, yeah. Buffalo's like, nope, guess not.
Hey, great season, man. Good having to you. I love driving with you too on the Ferrari team, man. It was the camaraderie we had within all 3 teams was fantastic, and I think that's all because of you. So thank you for that, man,
Appreciate that.
and looking forward to next season.
Oh, all right. Talk to you guys later.
See you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a mannequin in that interview for 2 reasons. One, I saw Ethan Patel nearly kill himself right at this corner right here. He lost it, saved it, and he just has enough time for another hot lap. And number 2, Big Mama Frank just went 121.5. So that is
nuts.
crazy.
These guys are quick. And it's funny, we talk about these guys, OG, that are like mid to upper markers, as Ethan Patel just in a purple sector 2. And they were like, we're talking about if they kind of make it to D2 to stay or get demoted even
Yeah,
to D3.
that's
There's just
crazy.
been such an influx of talent from, our reserve guys who are showing incredible pace and just, it's a great place to be right now. And I wanted to give a shout out to Josh because I don't know if you kind of in the Honda Power Unit and the Red Bulls and the Alpha Tauris kind of work together, but between the Ferrari teams, I mean, we collaborate on a ton of stuff, practices, setups, and I know personally it's made me a better driver, and it's been a great racing experience so far to have 5 teammates instead of 1. It's been incredible.
Yeah, no, I've definitely experienced the same thing at Honda. Both teams, I've made great friends with Joel, Garrett, Cole, literally everyone. People I didn't really necessarily talk to before this season, even though I was with Red Bull or AlphaTauri last season. It was just nice. We all came closer together. And Freddie Rizal, the youngest race winner in Zoom Racing League history, he's out. Will his British friend, the greatest of all time, Buzzgod, meet the same fate? We're about to find out.
Dude, that'd be tough, man. Seeing Buzzgod out in Q2 is not something that I thought we would be talking about here, but here we are, man.
I think he'll definitely make it. He is, as I've said a million times, if we look at the time that I just saw, so I don't think he did make it. I have no idea. The clock is... He did make it. Okay. So on my screen, he just said a 115 flat. And then it said 122.3. And then So whatever he set, he made it in. P6. That's what you like to see.
P6, man. Hey, a 115 flat would be a pretty damn good lap. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
he makes it through. He makes it through regardless. So let's see if we can get these guys in the waiting room too for some interviews as we get Q3 sorted out. But outstanding job.
And
These guys are quick, man.
there they are. Big Mama Frank in the driver's seat, number 1 with a 121.5, Thermo P2, Sleek in the Ferrari P3, Shaggy Muffin Red Bull P4, Johannes in the top 5, but number 5, Buzzgod 6, Sid, the number 7. We've seen it here just now. Will it happen again? Who knows? Garrett Elder P8, Mission doing a P9. Ethan Patel makes it into Q3 in the 10th spot. So that is your lineup headed into Q3. Unfortunately, Barney, Fred, Cole, Alex, and Josh Barnsley did not make it, but I'm sure they're going to have a fantastic season next season. Unfortunately, they could not end their season not even on a high note, but racing on the racetrack. They had to do it, doing hot laps, which maybe a couple of them like it. Who knows? I definitely didn't. Um, but sucks to see their season end. Excited to see what Q3 will bring us. So we're waiting for Barney Goatmere, who has been kicked out of qualifying, to load into the session.
Shame. I know as we wait for these guys to get into the well, it looks like we have Cole here now.
Okay,
Now, so let's
we got to
bring.
be
Are you
ready
ready?
for
Let's
this.
bring in Cole.
I don't know if either of us are ready for this, but bring him in. Bring him in.
All right, let's do it. Cole, how's it going, man? Well done there in Q2. Kind of a tough end of the season, dude. What are you feeling?
It's a big city. I can't be everywhere. They don't know where I am, but when that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. It's a warning. To them, fear is a tool. They think they can hide in the shadows, but I am the shadows.
Well,
A cameo from Superman? Was that Superman?
that was Batman. Are you Buffalo? It took me everything in my power not to backhand you right there. That was
OG,
Batman.
It was a joke.
Okay.
That went over
okay.
your head.
I couldn't handle it, dude. I'm a Batman stan.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it. I could not handle it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was. Never mind.
That was
So that was something.
definitely
Let's
something.
bring in Alex and do a proper interview here. Alex, how are you, man? A little bit of a disappointing end to season 3. How are you feeling?
No, man. Yeah, that performance definitely wasn't my best, man. But honestly though, like I really didn't get much practice in, man. Like I literally got like an hour of practice before like the race even started. So for me to even be in Q2, honestly, I'm pretty surprised myself, man. But now, obviously, I wish I would have got it into Q3, but it is what it is, man.
I mean, Alex, yeah, it sucks you weren't able to make it into Q3, but you've been, as I've said in the stream, one, you're a fan favorite. Everyone in the chat is always asking, put on Alex, put on Alex. But two, you're one of the most consistent drivers in Division 2 right now. And so, like, you've had a great season. Are you looking to, continue this? Obviously, we didn't have a great ending, but I can't tell if you're going to be at the top of D3 or the bottom of D2. Which one would you prefer, and what's kind of your goals for next season?
Well, first I want to say thank you to all the supporters, man. That means a lot to me. Having everyone, type in the chat. So that's always cool. But yeah, I think for me, I really want to be on the bottom of D2. Like even if I'm at the bottom, I still rather race against, people that are gonna push me to like the limit, people that are faster than me. So whenever, let's say I do better, I end up being surprised myself too. So definitely at the bottom of D2, I'd say.
I love that, man. I love that you said that and not like, you know what I mean? I love that you said you want the challenge and you want to compete. Where do you want to be next season, man? I'm paying attention. Pick a couple teams based on where you're at. Who are you looking to drive for?
I mean, since I'm at the bottom of the sorting table, like, I think people are gonna pick me last probably. But I mean, any team, cool. At this point, for sure.
I mean, I'm sure.
Awesome.
I've talked to some
Thanks,
team
Alex.
principals. They're definitely. I mean, they love Alex as much as the fans do. I can promise you that. So you're definitely gonna get a good team next season. I'm excited to see you, watch you, potentially draft you. Who knows? So we'll see. Alex, great season, great end, or not great end. I apologize for that. But great season.
It's Richard and Coda.
And so, yeah, appreciate it, Alex, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man. Man, I was trying to give him the opportunity, OG. I wanted him to say, Buffalo, put me in the alpha seat. That's what I wanted.
Man, I'm telling you right now, he's not falling that far.
No, I don't think he is either. I think he showed incredible pace, and consistently, just like you said, right? He shows up, he races hard, and he's quick.
Yeah, and he does. He puts in the time, and it. Oh, Johannes The glitch is back. We're watching Johannes reverse, not necessarily reverse, but drive the wrong way.
Through the wall.
It's just
FIA
incredible
might
how
have to look
great
at that.
F1 engineering has gotten to where they're doing stuff like that. It's phenomenal.
While we were doing all those interviews, man, as Ethan Patel
Oh!
is out of the race, out of the quali rather.
I-
Let's hop on with the Red Bull and see if we can see.
So, wow, Ethan died. Was it a sacrifice for Johannes? I guess we'll never know.
I don't know. He's right in the middle, man, and as he just disappears, at least on my view of Garrett Elder, I guess he just kind of lost it after turn 2, and maybe he tried to take too much curb in turn 1, because I know that's as Big Mama Frank is retired as well.
Oh no, he had such a great qualifying up to this point. He had a 121.9 at that point. Sid puts it on provisional pole with a 121.3.
Wow.
That's actually insane. Mr. Sandungas died as well. What in the world is
Oh
going
my
on?
goodness.
Wait.
He didn't get a time in.
So that by default, there's the championship, no?
Well, right, because now Sid can no longer be lower
Wow.
than 7th.
Ethan, you let your
So-
man down. Wow.
Wow, so really tough luck there. I mean Sid with a 121.3 though. Man, he came out today ready to compete
He
and
definitely
just
did.
ripped this championship away from Johannes, which is crazy because the early part of this season, man, Johannes, and well, he still is, but he was just an alien. He was an alien. You couldn't touch him on pace, and Sid's consistency and raw pace himself have brought him the championship.
Yeah, he's definitely turned it up several notches, I think, as the season's gone on. And this is definitely, we're seeing a Sid masterclass. And, I don't know, maybe there's a couple reasons for it. His girlfriend is watching the stream right now, cheering Sid on this whole qualifying. That's got to give him a little bit of a boost. That extra oomph, and I mean, we're seeing he's 4/10 up on Garrett Elder, who's in P2. This is a Sid masterclass right now, and he's your driver's champion. He's your driver's champion for a reason. Just great season, phenomenal.
Great season from Sid. Tough we couldn't see it in a race, right, because of these terrible
Absolutely.
desync issues, but you guys are kind of seeing it firsthand. I'm going to try to get Ethan Patel and the Mercedes drivers in for an interview too, as their season has come to a close. But dude, I'm telling you, man, I was talking to Sid before this. He was ready.
Locked
he was
in.
ready. Yeah, he was plugged in. He was not going to let this one go away lightly.
He just ripped it. Absolutely shredded tonight. Johannes,
And
it's just
Big
nothing
Mama
you can do.
Frank, yeah, and Big Mama Frank is still slated for P4. So even though he's out, if no one else improves
Oh, I didn't
upon
even think
their time,
about that. Yeah.
he'll still get essentially P4 in our Week 10 race, right? So hey, you got a quick lap in, it's going to turn into a good performance for Big Mama Frank.
And we're going to see where Johannes ends up. Can he knock Sid off? Can he at least end the season with a, I'm using air quotes here, win? I don't know. We're seeing he's coming through Sector 3 at the moment.
And I want this to be close too. I want it just for season's sake, right? I
Oh,
mean, you've seen him
absolutely.
be incredible the whole season.
So he just
There's
does
a lot of speed.
21.8. So 5/10 off. Wow.
Wow. Can we talk about Thermo's pace? Did he just come out of nowhere, man,
Yeah,
or has he
what
always
in the-
been this quick?
I
mean-
think he's always been this quick. His issue was he could not race. I think he just keeps hitting everyone else. And like I mentioned earlier, when they're ghosted, you got nothing to hit but the walls, and so he's fast. He's putting up 121.7, which is good time.
Yeah.
Faster than Johannes, barely slower than Garrett. He's a fast driver. He's just got to be able to put it together when it's
I
coming
got
down to
Frank.
get bumping wheels.
I got Frank in the waiting room, OG. Let's bring him in real quick and talk about the ending to his season. Frank, how's it going, man?
What's up, guys?
Dude, tough luck to kind of DNF here in the last session, but you're currently still sitting in P5, so I mean, it could end up being a pretty good day for you.
Yeah, I felt after Q2, I felt I had extra pace. I thought I honestly thought my Q2 lap felt pretty slow, so I felt I had more. I had a little bit of issues with just going a little deep on the curves. I kept throwing my car around, and then you guys saw it when I crashed out. So
Yeah.
I definitely felt I could get on pole. It's just unlucky though.
I mean, you were absolutely flying this qualifying session. This is maybe the best up into the crash, maybe the best we had seen Big Mama Frank. Certainly in a qualifying session. But are you looking to take what you had in Q1 and Q2 and the better part of Q3 into the next season? Taking the good with the bad in this season end and looking forward to, I don't know, towards the bottom slated of Division 2. Obviously, we know that's not the real case. Are you looking forward to surprising people next season?
I look forward to another season. Hopefully, I can try to do a whole season without crashing out. I crashed out way too many times this season, and I look forward to it. I'm gonna miss the team that I have right now. Me and Mr. Sanduga, we've got along really well, and we worked really well together. And if I'm not racing with Toto Rivas next year, I'll be a little bit disappointed. But at the same time, I'm excited to meet get to know some new people and work with some new people. So I'm excited.
Yeah, Frank, I know you're of course interested in that Mercedes seat, right? But if you had to pick another team to kind of be around based on where you're at the sorting table, where would you like to end up?
I don't really mind where I end up. As long as I'm racing, I'll have a good time. So it doesn't really bother me.
Coward.
Sounds like a cop out to
That's
me.
what I'm saying. You're a coward.
I am a coward.
Frank, thanks a lot, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
See ya. All right, hey, let's get his teammate, Mr. Sandunga, in here now, OG. Mr. Sandunga, welcome, dude. Good showing today, man. How are you?
Thank you, guys. Pretty disappointed. I was running time trails before. I was feeling really comfortable, and then I don't know why I decided to make a couple tweaks before the quali session, and I felt really nervous the whole time. Like I felt the rear end was gonna snap. So, but nonetheless, I decided to send it because it's Q3, it's all or nothing, and
yes.
Luckily, I went with way too much speed into turn 1 and 2. The rear snapped, and then, I hit the wall, and that was it.
I mean, despite that, especially that was it last week? I know I'm getting my dates mixed up, but where you raced Spanini to the very end, you showed you're definitely capable of a race win. As Garrett Elder just goes provisional pole with a 121 flat. That's a phenomenal lap. I'm terribly sorry to kind of disrupt your interview, but
No.
that was insane. But are you kind of excited to bring in you've got momentum right now. I know it ended off with quite a haul, but you've still got that momentum. Are you hoping to bring it into that next season?
Yeah, no, definitely. When I first joined D2, I knew the level was gonna be high, but I can also say like a lot of drivers have massively gotten faster as well. So it's forced me as well to kind of get a bit faster. So that's what I've been trying to do. But no, definitely, I think we're a good bunch here at D2. So I'm really hoping to to carry this momentum. I think I had 2-3 podiums. Still not a race win, which hasn't had the. I haven't had the chance, but we'll see. Yeah, that's the plan, to carry that momentum and trying to reduce the number of DNFs.
And Sanduga, once again, I'm terribly sorry, but Sid, in the dying seconds of this full qualifying, beat out Garrett Elder, and he went P1 with a 120.9. That is an insane lap. That not only did that win him the race. But
is that constructors?
Well, we could be. We're gonna find out. We're gonna do the math. It's definitely the drivers. So if we do the math real fast, that is just an insane lap. And Garrett Elder had a phenomenal lap as well. Johannes right behind Garrett Elder as well. So what an insane end to that qualifying session. I'm glad we got to witness. That was insane.
I'm trying to tag all these guys and get them into the waiting room. But dude, Mr. Sanduga, man, great job. You and the Mercedes, you and Big Mama Frank really came on the second half, and we're just a force to be reckoned with. Before we let you go, man, where do you want to be next season? Kind of your middle of the pack and D2 sorting table. We know your pace is incredible. Who are you looking to drive for?
Well, I'm a big McLaren fan in real life, so Mr. Klein, wink wink. But no, honestly, any Mercedes powered car is good. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better TP this season. So yeah, I want to thank Rivas as well. Unfortunately, yeah, I couldn't deliver this last race, but yeah, it happened. So yeah, I'm hoping Merc or that McLaren.
There you go.
So yeah.
Sounds good, man. All right, Mr. Sanduga, hey, we'll see you next season, man. Nice job.
All right, boys. Thank you for commentating and everything. And yep, I'll see you guys around.
All right, OG, I want to get both Red Bulls in here now, right, together at the same time. So bring in Garrett Elder and Shaggy Muffin.
Mm-hmm. But we got to do the math. I don't know how many points P8 awards. I got to figure that out.
We'll check on the points, and while they're doing the math in the paddock, Garrett Elder, Shaggy Muffin, both Red Bull guys. Congrats on the end of the season. How are you guys feeling?
Good. Yeah, really good. Good end to the season.
I mean, Garrett, it's a shame that lap did not get you the race win. That was actually like I can't even speak. That was a nutty lap, 121, basically flat. Jesus, phenomenal race, phenomenal quality. That was an ad to you, dude. You're tripping, bro. But
I spun a little bit, but it's okay.
I mean, you're not.
I just want Sid to know that.
Oh, he knows. There you go. He knows. You're
Now he
not.
knows.
You're not racing next season, but you will reserve. You know, we're not looking forward to missing you. I mean, dude. I can't even speak right now. I have tears in my eyes. I don't want to see you go, and that's basically what this is coming down to. So what are your plans for this next upcoming season? Are you going to reserve? Are you looking to take a team role? What are your plans?
I'll end up reserving, but I'll let you know when I do come back. I think Williams is going to be a top team.
Ooh, there you go.
Going to take it back to where it all started.
Sounds good, Garrett. Shaggy Muffin, man, you're still middle of the road here in D2 on the sorting table. I'm curious, man, where do you want to be next year? What seats are you eyeing?
I don't really mind, honestly, as long as I'm still racing. We got a really good group of guys here in D2, super competitive, like we saw at the end here. And a couple guys messed up their laps, so just to show we got lots of fast guys. So I'm competing in the draft against a lot of these faster guys, so really wherever. I'm just looking forward to driving next season, honestly. Grateful to be with Garrett for a while, like he said, back in Williams a couple seasons ago. We had been teammates, so it was a good ride.
That's awesome, man. Hey, congratulations, guys, on a great season. Appreciate you both, and we'll see you next year.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
OG, where should we go next? We got both Ferraris in there. We got both Alpines. I'm thinking we need to see what Johannes and Ethan Patel have to say here.
Well, we need to. Have you done the math? Who is the constructors champion?
I haven't yet. I know they're doing it in the paddock right now. So let me bring in the Alpine guys, and then we'll talk about that.
All right. So Alpine wins. Okay.
Well, I started. Oh.
Johannes, Ethan Patel, you guys are on, man. Hey, congratulations on a great season.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Now, did the math come out? Is Alpine champs here in D2?
Y'all are the constructors champions.
Woo!
And so that's a great thing to end on. Ethan, I got a question. Something both of us can relate to. We won the constructors championship, but you know, let's be real, we let our teammates down quite a bit. What are you doing, or what are you looking forward to next season to turn that kind of around?
Well, next season's gonna be rather different. Going from a front running team with a great number one driver. Obviously, I mean, I wouldn't say I necessarily let him down.
That
You know, we
that was poor choice of words.
yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I see. I know what you mean. Like just being a second driver, but I feel like we're important. Just bringing in points because like the front guys will have their off nights, and us just being there and consistently getting good points is great for the team. But next season, I'm gonna be on the wheel in D1. I'm probably gonna be Nicholas Latifi in that Williams row, just spinning around. But it's been a great season with Johannes. Couldn't have asked for a better teammate. Yeah.
Johannes, let's go over to you, man. You've had alien-like pace for the entire season, and just an enormously close battle between you and Sid. Kind of what was going through your mind here at the end of the season, and did you enjoy the fight?
Yeah, definitely. I enjoyed the fight the whole season. At the beginning, I won a lot of races, but yeah, I'm sleeping too much sometimes, so I missed 2 races because of that. And then I DNF'd at Coda, so I could maybe have won the driver, but Sid definitely deserved the title because he raced every race and got points every race. So he definitely deserved the title more than me because I couldn't be there to the races every week. So
yeah, the DNF at Coda was tough, man. I know you had good pace, and you were winning that, I think, by a good bit. So that was tough. Johannes, you're the cream of the crop in D2. You probably have the pick of wherever you want to go, right? Who are you hoping is going to draft you in Div 2?
I would like to be in the Mercedes again.
Oh, there you go.
Whoa, all right. Toto's happy.
He wants to be on Revis. He wants to have Revis on his back one more time.
Yeah, dude, he's a great team principal. I know a lot of drivers love kind of working with him, and you guys have been
Are
incredible.
you sure?
So.
I heard he's a bit of a communist.
Whoa, that's
man,
that's his boy, comrade.
Yeah, but hey, Alpine guys, it's been great. Congrats on the D2 title. We'll see you guys next season.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
So now we can pull in the Ferrari boys, just edged out in that constructors. Or should we just pull in Sid?
Edged out.
Or Sleek, I mean?
Yeah, do you want to bring in Thermo real quick, and then we'll wrap up with the Ferrari guys?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thermo.
Hey.
I mean, this weekend, especially compared to the last one, you showed, people were doubting you for sure. I was one of them last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, does this guy belong? But I mean, in this qualifying session, you definitely showed you got pace to keep up not only with the front runners, but some of the fastest guys ZRL has. Was there a mindset change? Was there a different approach you took this week? I understand we didn't get to race, but was there anything you switched up headed into this week to where you were determined to change the minds of some of the other people in the league?
I think it was practice, definitely. For USA, I didn't decide to put in the time to practice, and I didn't think it was worth it until I got into the race and I felt like I was a fish on land, getting into people's way, etc., etc. Not a good race. But I realized with good enough practice and, actually putting in the time, you reap the rewards. So, yeah, I think that's P5. I did think, though, I could have done a P4, but again, I think you guys saw me spin and hit my front wing.
Yeah, we did. We were on board with that.
Yeah, man, you showed like the pace in the past 2 weeks too. Before we got out of Coda, I think has been really good. So look, you're sorted into D2, right? Kind of coming into the draft. I know a lot of the team principals are paying attention to that pace, right? What seat are you eyeing, kind of based on where you are in Div 2? Who do you want to drive for?
For now, I guess I haven't really looked at it too much. I'm in the mindset that, I can't really have a choice in this, so I guess I can just perform my best and hopefully a good team decides to pick me and, we can work together, and I guess just I don't know, make a good team. I haven't really thought. I'm looking at Alpha though. Alpha is definitely one of the teams I want to be in.
Hold on, which
one?
Alpha?
Alpha Romeo, just
Oh,
because I love
yeah,
the
you
team.
damn right. You damn right, Thermo. I love it.
Got beat
I
out.
love
Got
it.
beat out.
Oh, that's what I was looking for, dude. Great finish this season, man. Happy to have you on board, and good luck in season 4.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's get these champs in here. OG, for one
Sleek
last time.
and Sid. Sid!
Yo.
First of all, congratulations to both of you on a phenomenal season. Just edged out in the constructors there at the end. You were super close. Got a P2 in the constructors, so great season from y'all. But Sid, you are the drivers champion. And so we're gonna talk to you first. You showed pace we haven't seen from you, and we've seen a lot of pace from you. You showed pace we haven't seen from you before. Buffalo was telling me you guys were talking earlier, and you were just locked in here. So what about obviously coming in the championship on the line, but what did you do differently headed into this week that allowed you to perform at that level?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've done anything differently. It's just that Johannes got his new pedals, so he's not used to them fully.
Oh,
But
gee.
yeah, it's a possibility. But I don't wanna take away from my own race this week. Not race, qualifying, but still, it was a pretty good lap. I'm happy with it.
pretty good, bro. You were in the 20s. The only person so far this weekend to get into the 20s was phenomenal lap. You don't gotta be so humble, man. You won the drivers' championship. You can say whatever you want, do whatever you want.
I mean, I could, but I just don't feel comfortable doing that. I'm more of a humble guy.
That's fair. That's fair.
Dude, it's kind of I know you're kind of moving to a reserve next season, right? It's kind of a bummer for us because we don't get to see you kind of race every weekend. Are you going to reserve? Are you still kind of going to be around with some of us in ZRL or what?
No, I think I'm gonna go back on that decision. I'm just gonna stay. I'm not gonna be reserved. I'll be full time.
Oh, that's great news.
Yeah, I was considering it because I just felt burnt out from the game. But
Yeah.
after what happened last week at US, but now
Uh-huh.
I feel great again. I wanna race full time.
There we go.
Awesome. So, dude, you're slotted right now, like sorting table wise, top of Div 2, could go to the edge of Div 1. What division are you looking to race in, and then who do you want to drive for?
I don't think I can race in D1 because of the region lock. I don't want to ruin other people's experience because of the
Oh,
lag.
right. Sure.
So I think I'll just stick to D2, and I have pretty good competition in D2 this season. I mean,
Yeah. Competition's
Yeah.
been great, man.
yeah, Johannes has been pushing me all season. If he wasn't in D2, I wouldn't be pushing myself to the limit as much as I have.
Yeah. And I don't want to discount this either, but Ferrari as a constructor has been incredible. And Sleek, you have just kind of slid under the radar for the majority of this season, but your results have been really, really strong. And you've just shown to be a great part of kind of the Division 2 lineup. So what are your thoughts kind of on the end of this season, and how do you feel?
I guess we had our ups and downs this season. A couple really bad races, couple podiums. I guess overall, I think I underperformed a little bit, but we got P2 in the constructors, and I think I got P5 in the drivers. And more importantly, I think that I'm slotted into the bottom of D1 right now, so I'm excited about that next season. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about the season overall.
Do you have a seat in mind that you're kind of looking for where you are in D1 of who you want to drive for?
I'm happy with really anything. I'll be a back marker for Williams, Haas, whoever wants me, I'll take it, man.
Well,
sounds good.
I'm excited to see potentially. We still have to wait. I think there's a couple of D1 guys that could maybe swap out with you, but I don't necessarily know if they will. But I'm excited to see you potentially back in Division 1. You're a great driver. Had a great season, as you said, ups and downs, but for the most part, pretty good season. Great season for Ferrari, and once again, congratulations on the Drivers' Championship, Sid. Great season.
Thanks a lot. And I think I didn't answer that question about who I want to drive for, so I'll just say it now. I'm hoping that no one picks me as their first pick, because next season I don't think I will be as committed as I am this season. I might miss a few races. This season it was mostly about attendance. That's what won me the championship. But I can't promise that for next season. So just keep that in mind, all the team principals.
There you have it.
I don't know. I can speak for one team principal, and I think some of them may be willing to take that risk. But congrats, Sid. Nice job, man.
Thanks a lot.
All right, well, that has been our Division 2 season. It wrapped up as dramatic as it could get, really. I mean, we had a spa type race where you don't race. It's just however fast you can go. It was a phenomenal season. Sid with the driver's champion. Alpine, who were in the driver's seat all season, won the constructors championship. And that sounds pretty straightforward, but it definitely wasn't. This season had some crazy ups and downs, crazy race winners, crazy races as a whole. It was phenomenal broadcasting it with you, Buffalo, and I'm just excited to get back in a couple weeks and do it all again.
Me too, man. I had a great time. I think you pushed me to be a better broadcaster, and everybody in the league pushed me to become a better driver. And that's what's kind of about. It's about this community. So I think that Revis and Duncan have created just an incredible group of people to race with and learn with, and it's a great time. OG, it's been awesome broadcasting with you.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to season 4.
Can't wait for it. And we'll see y'all in a couple weeks. Peace.